Hi guys, Greg Denning. I want to share this idea that I just love. It's about being tough, right? I love studying the life of Theodore Roosevelt Jr. because that guy was so tough. he was a mean machine, but as a young boy, he was sickly and he was ill. And his dad said to him, "Look, son, you have the mind, but you're going to have to make your body." And so he went after it. He got into boxing, went to Harvard boxing, and then he went out and became one of the Rough Riders and got out in kind of in the West and the rough one of those rough ranchers. And then he became, got into the wars, and then he went and traveled the earth and was exploring. I mean, even after his second term as president, he went down and explored a river, the Rio Dubida, the River of Doubt. Excellent book on that, by the way, called The River of Doubt. After his second term president, he went down and explored this river that no other white person had explored before in the Amazon in Brazil. I mean, the guy was as tough as nails. It was awesome, right? And I realized many years ago, especially being out on my own, there's a side of us that has to be tough. We've got to be able to endure things. We've got to be able to do hard things. Life sometimes will throw challenges at you and some really big obstacles. And we have to be able to outgrow those and overcome them. Okay, too many of us are just soft and squishy, right? And we're too weak. I mean, I believe in the goodness of people. Most people are just so great. But most people are also a little soft and squishy in a lot of ways, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And spiritually, we're weak. So how do we get tougher? Well, and here's how to tell if you're weak, right? Weak people are more concerned about pleasant methods than they are about real results. Let me give you an example about physical fitness. You want to be in phenomenal shape, you got to push yourself. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to burn those muscles. I mean, you got to go after it, right? Whether you're doing cardio and sprinting up the stairs or running hills or, getting into CrossFit and just training really hard, that interval training where you just push your limits and you go to failure. I mean, you go where it hurts so bad you can't do anymore, and then you do a little bit more. But weak people want pleasing methods. They want to be able to be like, well, can I just take a pill and lose weight? I mean, Can I just think healthy thoughts and get in shape that way, right? But tough people are willing to have uncomfortable methods, unpleasant methods, in order to get great results. What about education, right? Excellent people, successful people are willing to get up early, study hard, pay a price, even when it's uncomfortable, even when they're tired, even when there's other more pleasant, enjoyable things to do. They pay a price, and guess what? They get the results. They get a world-class education because they're willing to pay the price. Yeah, it's easier. So again, look at yourself. Are you choosing the easy way? It's easier just to sit down and do nothing. It's easier to turn on the TV and just let it, whatever, into your life. That's the easy way. It's easy just to sit around. It's easy to go to the gym and just kind of look like you're working out. It's easy to kind of just walk gently and smoothly. It's easy to, go to work, just punch the time clock and just kind of do the minimum, right? Just enough to not fail the class, just enough to not get fired. That's the easy way. But it's the weak way. And so I want to challenge you to get tough. I want to challenge you to look at your life and say, look at all your comforts. I love comforts, but sometimes too many comforts make us soft and squishy. They make us weak. I think it's an excellent idea to get out and get into nature, do some backpacking, do some hardcore camping, do some things that really challenge you. Try a triathlon, right? Get into some competitive sports that really push you. Get into some other competitions, language competitions, mind competitions, whatever it is. Challenge yourself physically, spiritually, mentally. Challenge yourself socially. A lot of people get socially comfortable. They're not comfortable reaching out, making new friendships, building new relationships, taking their current relationships to the next level, right? Upgrading those. In all those areas, financially. Take your whole life and say, am I too weak? Am I too comfortable? And get uncomfortable and challenge yourself again. Willing to face uncomfortable, unpleasant methods in order to get great results. Okay? Here's to the new, tougher you. Reach upward.